Hey, how's it going, YouTube? This is J-Rock the Great. We just got done watching Steven's AMA, and a lot of valuable info came out of it. So let's talk about it. There are about 20 questions. I'm not going to cover all 20 questions. There's a bunch of awesome Ashes of Creation creators. You should go check out their content. Everybody's touching on pretty much what's most important to them. I'm going to be touching on 6 of these questions. My first question pretty much was answered because I just wanted to know what was their plan for servers. I'm not going to talk about it long. In my description, I'm going to link Jahone's video. I'm actually comfortable with either or. I understand Jahone's idea. I understand Steven and Intrepid's idea. I think a mix of the two, as crazy as that might sound, might be our better option. Because 3 small servers, you could just smash them together and make them start over. But then I've also heard different conversations about how that just feels gross. And I guess until we get hands on the game and see just how the progress really works, I could end up agreeing with him. But then also, taking the weaker into the stronger, and then the weaker one's probably going to have to get together and fight for territory. I mean, that sounds pretty cool too. At the end of the day, no one's going to be happy. No one likes server merges, just like people don't like rollbacks. So, I mean, it kind of is what it is. We're just going to have to see what it's going to take. The next question I would like to talk about is pretty much going to be about how many spells or skills we can expect to see with our class/archetypes. And he pretty much said it just depends on the archetype and a different combination of actual skills and passives. He said there'll be about 35 to 40 available. Then later in the AMA, he said that you'll have access to 15 to 20 at a time. They're working really hard to make sure that every skill is at least somewhat useful so that there isn't, a whole bunch of obsolete stuff. He also, later on, I'm just kind of lumping this all into one question because it's all kind of related, that tanks and bards and healers will be able to, participate in small scale PvP, like even in arenas. He said there's still going to be this rock, paper, scissors thing. In my mind, that sounds gross. We'll have to get our hands on the actual combat before we know for sure. Because my only issue is I would like for skill to decide more than just, oh no, I'm a tank, I see a mage, I'm dead. I would like to have things in my kit that if I play perfectly or they make a mistake, that skill wise I can overcome that challenge. Also in line with that question was the how far along with the combat classes are we, and are we going to see any of the summoner, cleric, mage, rogue, and bard before Alpha 2? He said that we will see some of them for sure, that they're doing really well with them. And we can expect to see some secondary archetypes, very soon, as in a upcoming live stream. And then we'll see the rest of them in Alpha 2. Also, this is when he confirmed that it looks like we're going to be seeing the cleric in its Alpha 2 form really soon. So we should be pretty excited about that. Moving on from pretty much all the combat side of the update, he dropped a big bombshell on us. He gave us all the gathering, processing, and crafting, the artisan classes. It's like 22 of them. I'm going to rattle them off for you all. There's going to be a lot of videos going into them in detail. I'll probably make one. Again, a lot of great content creators in the community will make them. You can get multiple opinions. Starting with gathering, there's mining, lumberjacking/logging, herbalism, fishing, and hunting. Then there's processing, where you have metalworking, stone masonry, weaving, tanning, lumber milling, farming, animal husbandry, alchemy, and cooking. For crafting, there will be weaponsmithing, carpentry, arcane engineering, armor smithing, leather working, tailoring, jewel cutting, and scribing. One of the more interesting aspects that he let us know is there's going to be a gameplay aspect to the crafting. That seems like something they kind of took out of Final Fantasy. A lighter scale of that with an option to instacraft with less quality or something, I think might be the chef's kiss. They're going to be looking for feedback from that on Alpha 2. The only other thing I would really like to talk about is the possibility of using your ship in node sieges or using your ship in castle sieges for certain POIs. That sounds interesting, along with also the rubble in the surrounding area around conquered nodes will be an open PvP area where you can go look for treasure. But those are my 6 things that I was most interested in coming out of the AMA. All the questions were pretty decent, and he elaborated a lot. He gave us a lot of info. Like I said, there will be more videos following up with talking about the more specific topics, so you guys can look for that. Again, if you've been listening to this video, I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support. To be drill, you can hit the follow button and ring the bell, subscribe.